Who are you pointing your finger at? I was recently blessed with a blatant example of finger pointing and the blessed teaching in this act. When we point our finger at someone, it is crucially important to be aware of who we are actually pointing our finger at. There is a beautiful teaching that says when we point our finger at someone, there's always three fingers pointing back at us. After a recent weekly study group gathering, a relatively new participant and a devout Christian came up to me and shared their dissatisfaction that the gathering had begun with another participant chiming a Tibetan singing bowl during the opening meditation. This disgruntled participant shared that the playing of the Tibetan singing bowl was an idol, that is, a distraction to connecting with Source or to God, and it had no place at the gatherings. Furthermore, the new participants shared that they felt the playing of the Tibetan singing bowl would be confusing for other participants and detract from the teaching shared during the weekly study group gatherings. The very next day, an interesting article came into my email inbox from a spiritual-oriented newsfeed. The article was about a Christian monk who was on an extended retreat in a Buddhist monastery. The monk recounted his difficulty with accepting some of the rituals of the Buddhist community, including the, quote, incessant chiming and playing of bells and bowls, and the praying to statues of Buddha, end quote. The monk went on to criticize the Buddhist faithful for worshipping idols like bells, bowls, and Buddha statues, and denounced the practices as, quote, a distraction from direct union with God, end quote. Toward the end of the article, however, the monk revealed how he was graced with the awareness of his judgments and that he too had his own rituals and idols he placed before God, including the worshiping of his faith's tradition's prophet, Jesus. The monk knew that if he called for someone else to drop his or her idols, he would have to drop his. Will the relatively new participant at the weekly study group gatherings have the same awareness as the Christian monk in the Buddhist monastery? Time will tell. The new participant may have indeed been concerned that other participants would be confused by the playing of the Tibetan singing bowl, but is it possible that they themselves were the confused ones and were merely projecting their confusion onto others? And so it is with finger pointing. We're only ever pointing a finger at ourselves. Any grievance expressed toward another is merely a projection of a grievance toward ourselves. Look carefully at what you accuse the other of doing, and you will find that you are accusing yourself.